Did they hide all the talent in the Jankos? Is that why it never hit the songs? Is that where it was all the guitar playing hidden in the leg of the pant there? Terrible, dude. Terrible. But like Sublime, right? Like I've trashed them a million times. So many people, did you see this video? His son got up and played, I think it was Coachella. His son got up and performed as the front man for Sublime at Coachella, and so many people tagged me. They're like, yo man, we know you hate Sublime. Tell me you're gonna trash this. It's like, dude, I can't trash this kid. The kid's up there singing the songs his dad made famous. His dad is dead. He's kind of stepping into the moment. It's Coachella. Like, if I was standing there, would I have went and got a beer and said, dude, this absolutely sucks? Yes, but I don't have to be a 50-year-old curmudgeon who's hating on a kid singing his dad's songs. He didn't make the songs good. I mean, he sounds just like his dad. That's how I know he wasn't any good. 9. Welcome back to the Stansberry Show. 9 a.m. I'll rock the bank with you. Pass out that first $1,000 keyword. You guys want to check in on how the protests on college campuses are going real quick? It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Going pretty well. Stansbury, why are you anti-protest? Why are you always knocking protests? Because that's what happens. Because that is what happens. And that's why I'm always like, yeah, I think. All right, what I am in is that I think we're all screwed. I know, right? That's kind of my brand. But I worry about the future. I do. I've said many times, I don't really want universal basic income, but I do believe that we could be on a collision course with it. We're erasing jobs at a pretty alarming rate. And now some people, optimists, kind of feel like that what AI is going to do is create a bunch of new jobs that we haven't thought of yet, which of course I would imagine there's going to be a handful. Right? Of course, there's going to be some creation. Other people like to tell you that what's going to happen is you and I are just going to entertain one another all day, and we won't necessarily need to work. That that's how we'll make our way through. I don't buy that. I think it's already starting to burn out, as a matter of fact. And I've also said I don't necessarily love the idea of electric or driverless cars. I think I may be alone in this, that driving a car, window down, radio turned up loud, that's a very freedom-based thing to me. Westbound, windows down, Leonard Skinner turned up loud, holiday weekend, right? There's a little bit of like America in there. But apparently the self-driving semis are coming. Aurora Innovation out of Pennsylvania has a self-driving semi outfitted with 25 laser, radar, and camera sensors. Late this year, Aurora plans to start hauling freight on Interstate 45 between Dallas and Houston. They plan on doing so with 20 driverless trucks. I guess recently on a 3-lane test track along the river there in Pennsylvania, an 18-wheel tractor trailer rounded a curve and nobody had been on board. About a quarter mile ahead of the truck, the sensor spotted a trash can blocking one lane and a tire in another. In less than a second, this truck signaled, moved into the unobstructed lane, and rumbled past the obstacles, according to this article I found at WKYC.com. According to Aurora Innovation, quote, within 3 or 4 years, we and our competitors expect to put thousands of self-driving trucks on America's public freeways. The goal is for the trucks, which can run nearly around the clock without brakes. They're literally telling you, better than a human. This is why we're doing it. Humans gotta suck. You gotta go pee and you gotta call your wife on the road. This does not.
Glad you could join us today.
We're looking to speed up the flow of goods and accelerate delivery times. Apparently, fully loaded, it will be 8,000 pounds. And they will put driverless trucks on a superhighway at 65 miles per hour or more. And of course, that has some people freaking out about it. As a matter of fact, in a January poll done by AAA, 66% of us said that they would fear riding in a driverless car. I think some people have already done this in test markets with like rideshare services and the like. I know nobody likes talking to their Uber driver. Just shut up and take me where I'm supposed to go, right? I mean, we all kind of have that joke.
You local around here?
The driverless car is going to talk to you.
Here in Ohio, anywhere?
They're going to put that in there where it's like, dude, they kind of miss the human experience. I know they complained about it, but they kind of miss it now. So, like, we're going to pipe it in and then, like, yeah, no, she sounds like Siri now, but in the end, it'll sound fluid pretty soon. That's what's going to happen. They say in less than 9 months, trucks with Aurora systems will start carrying loads between terminals for FedEx, Uber Freight.
My brother actually lives in Massillon.
Again, they're going to run freight in Texas, where snow and ice are generally rare. Apparently, these still seem to be big obstacles for the self-driving semi situation.
Actually going to be.
Absolutely, I can see. Now, wait a little while. And my guess
giving
is
him a ride
that much
along with my dad tomorrow up to
I guess is what my take is.
Cleveland International Airport.
It's going to be bumpy.
They're going to Vegas for the weekend.
A little bit longer than not, but I think they'll figure that out. It's not like the guys who, and women who sat around and were like, hey, let's do this. It's not like they never heard of ICE. By the way, again, Aurora Innovation is out of Pittsburgh. They get plenty of snow. Right? Chris Urmson, Aurora CEO, said, quote, we want to be out there with thousands or tens of thousands of trucks on the road. And to do that, we have to be safe. It's the only way the public will accept it. Frankly, it's the only way our customers will accept it. Yeah, because people are going to push back because of the job issue, which is going to make people say, we're going to boycott, we're not shopping with you, but we all know that they will. We all know that in the end, at first, we're all going to push back. You shouldn't do this. What about my neighbor who works this? What about this? What about that? We'll all pretend. And then, once things do end up being a little faster, a little cheaper, it's like, yeah, screw Billy. Guys like Gary Vee want to tell you, well, the tractor put a farmer on it, and this and that. And it's like, yeah, just because you can give me 1,000 bad examples doesn't mean we should.
Please give us a like and a subscribe.
Now, again, do I think the tractor is a bad example?
Share the video.
No.
Check out the channel.
It's an assistant.
Got all kinds of stuff on there.
It did require less people. So now all of a sudden, little Billy could go to class versus, helping Paul bring in the winter wheat or whatever the hell was going on out there. And so, that was a little beneficial. I'm not sure these are going to be the same thing. I've talked about this a couple of different times. There are people who see or feel as if, like, the problem, the snag here, will be loading and unloading the truck. To which I will scoff and shake. I don't understand.
Yeah, I thought that name looked familiar. They're going to be able
to go between Dallas and Houston.
Appreciate it.
On the freeway, driving. Now, again, initially there will be somebody in the truck. The truck will drive itself. There'll be the override, and then eventually they say in the article the goal is to pull the human out.
Right around the 4th that you, July 4th that you subscribed, right?
To Dallas, and yet they don't have pallets out of the back of the truck. That's the part where it's like, guys, come on. It's all coming. All of it is coming. People didn't turn on Elon. 10 years before that, when talking about AI and talking about this type of technology, he said, we are absolutely inventing it to get rid of it. I'm tired of sick days. I'm tired of vacation days. I'm tired of employee theft. These things do none of that. Meanwhile, back then, CNN was going like this.
Yeah, they always seem to put on a pretty good show.
They loved all of that.
First time they did the micro bomb.
Every last bit of it, they just clapped.
Everybody thought it was a mistake.
And all of that. The moment
they
he
thought
was like,
something happened.
I gotta tell you, dude, I'm not sure this guy's all there. Turned on.
Same thing happened last year, but
ever walked the earth and all of this other stuff.
People kind of knew it was coming this time.
This is all coming. No, I'm sorry. Within
her first 4th of July in the country.
85% of jobs. 85%. That means
She came in from the Philippines.
A guy actually did ask me that over the weekend.
Things are a little bit different there.
Oh man, I'm listening to you Saturday morning talking cabs. He goes, this made me think. How long is it before the radio station's able to just record your voice and use it? Well, now.
That's a decent little park down there too.
Available
it's like
now? Yes, absolutely.
A lot of stuff to do.
Are we
Swimming,
rolling it out? Not that I've seen.
Rides for the kids.
I've heard AI read like what we'll call spec spots. Hey, this client's thinking about jumping on board. Can you cut a 30-second spot I can send to them so they can hear what it may sound like? That's a huge part of my job. We have an AI service that kind of creates those now. So I'm guessing 5 years maybe. Now I could be dead wrong here. When they offered me this job, I told you I thought it was going to be a 5-year job. Next month it'll be, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we have our family reunion over there.
Will be 10 years that I've said.
Had it there.
It's not about me. It's not about management.
As long as I can remember.
So I've been here twice as long as I thought when they first offered me the position. So I was wrong about my own industry. So I guess I could be dead wrong about this one. God knows I've gotten plenty of things wrong. But when they're out here telling you,
we've been doing some drone videos there.
Later this year, we're going to be doing it. In 3-4 years, think about
got a few I'm working on.
Different from 4 years ago. That's how fast time moves. That's how fast technology moves. It moves very fast. So yeah, I'm not surprised this is going to be a thing. People are worried about the accidents. You realize in 5 years, a lot less people are going to die. The more jobs you take, and the more remote work we allow. How many more cars? Do you think that's going to put more cars on the road? Look at COVID. There was a
We're going through Sugar Creek now. Not a whole lot to it.
So as remote work increases, as more jobs get erased off the planet, you think that's putting more vehicles on the road? No, it'll be less. So the driverless semi probably won't be an issue in 5 years. Isn't it so fun? Yay! Welcome back to the program on Rock 106.9. Little Joan Jett there, who I love. Underrated at this point.
Oh, Jesus.
We've been talking about
anybody hurt?
Semis. They're coming. Absolutely, they will be. We've been talking about how they were, the company for innovations is the company whose article we were.
Oh, that's good.
And they say it's going to 3304507625, and I would agree. He says, yeah, dude, driverless trucks are going to lower the cost of transporting goods. But that won't be passed on to you. Huh? Well, no, there will be a tech fee you'll have to pay for supplying you this convenience. And again, right now, they are driverless with a human inside of them. But the plan is to yank the human out of them. And so we'll see what happens there. I actually think you're going to see a little bit of both. And here's what I mean. I think you're going to see an AI robot as the driver of the vehicle. Because now it's all in one, right? Because now it's the driver and the dock worker. It gets a little confusing because some drivers are actually responsible to load and unload their trucks. Most I don't believe are, but I know 5 guys who I talked to over the weekend about this. Because I knew I was going to get into it. I talked to them about their jobs.
Yeah, I'll be
and sure enough, they were like, yeah,
live streaming up to Cleveland and back tomorrow morning.
Do all of this.
He's starting at
We've
like
already
5 a.m.
seen a little bit of this. There are cities who moved like the trash collector on the back of the truck, putting the trash in the trash truck. Some companies already, some cities, some countries already have like an AI version that's doing it. There's a guy driving the truck, but like taking the trash off the curb. So like, you see what I'm saying? We've been taking baby steps towards this for a long time as well.
Yeah, generally I live stream about this time every day for about a half an hour.
More seamless. Streaming was a joke. And now it's the way you consume about what? 80% what you consume, I'm guessing? 90 may be a little high. Absolutely. Dwayne says, dude, the AI drivers, when they run the tests, are better than people on average. Accidents are actually going to go down with them. These systems are getting more sophisticated by the day. He's right. Of course they are. For sure they are. I also think less people are going to be driving. I think we're going to live long enough for this and the freeway, but the speed. So, like, I feel like that's all coming down the road, which is going to be a thing. And, when you start to think about in their health insurance bill.